Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cousins of the Cosmos podcast. Here, episode 43, I believe, maybe 44, somewhere around there. We're in the early 40s. That's where we are. Today we are gonna be talking about Wicked, as you know, Wicked for Good is literally, as this releases. We should have seen it already. Actually, by the time this releases, or should be about to see it. So yeah, we're gonna have a whole review for Wicked for Good as well. But we wanted to obviously watch Wicked first before, we talk about that. So yeah, that's what this episode is going to be all about. It's just going to be us yapping about Wicked. We both watched it in this past week or so. Yeah, we're just gonna yap about Wicked. But before we do, let's maybe. I mean, you don't have a lot of history with it, but let's dive into maybe our history with Wicked or The Wizard of Oz before we dive into the full episode here. So yours will probably be a little shorter, so I'll let you start off.
Mine's definitely going to be a bit shorter. I think maybe the first time I watched Wizard of Oz may have honestly been at your house. Maybe when I was a wee lad, probably 15 years ago or something like that. I really don't remember much of anything about the movie from as a child, but then obviously last year we saw Wicked. I saw Wicked opening night, and then I went to see it with you and the family.
You fucking dirty bastard. You fucking piece of shit.
Look, circumstances happen, and I just ended up to be at the theater at the time. It was fucking packed, and we were stuck all the way in the top right corner where you couldn't really hear much of any of the movie from your right ear. It's whatever. Right. But we still had a very fun time watching the movie. Obviously, new one's coming out. We're both excited for it. We just rewatched Wicked, obviously, as you just said, as well as Wizard of Oz. But, yeah, I don't really have much history with it. Luckily, your frames were lagging as you were just constantly flipping me the bird. But, yeah, not much history, but I'm still excited. It's been pretty fun. My journey has really started in the last 2 weeks more so than anything, outside of just watching Wicked for the first 2 times last year.
Right. Yeah, mine... I mean, I also don't have a huge, extensive, lengthy history with it, but I will say Wicked, that's probably the first real, legitimate stage performance I ever saw at the Strat Center. Because obviously we've seen me and my sister used to go and see Finding Nemo Jr. All those junior productions, which are great. Those aren't bad or anything like that. But I feel like Wicked was the first kind of more mature musical or just stage production in general that I had ever seen. So it always has a very close special place in my heart, as well as Defying Gravity is not only my favorite song from any musical, but also that, again, is probably the first real just banger from a musical that I can really remember. That for me obviously holds a very special place in my heart. But when it comes to The Wizard of Oz, that's more my sister than me. Obviously I watched it as a kid, but my sister Grace is obsessed with The Wizard of Oz. It's her favorite movie. It was in her room, but now it's in the garage. I just pulled these out a couple weeks ago. There's she has full Barbie dolls of Dorothy and the Wicked Witch and Glinda. She's collected Wizard of Oz stuff her whole life. She has a snow globe. I think she has an actual film reel, probably not from the original thing, but from some re-release or something like that. She has a bunch of kind of memorabilia for the Wizard of Oz. So in turn, obviously, I've kind of been on that journey with her. Her 16th birthday was Wizard of Oz themed, which was a good time and whatnot. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. It's more my sister thing, but I've also kind of been on that journey. But Wicked more so is definitely more up my alley and has more meaning to me for sure. So when this movie,
obviously we're forgetting about the legendary Wizard of Oz coin arcade game.
Oh, of course.
Our fathers were glued to for a good while there. Right.
Oh wait. Entertain the crowd.
All right, this episode is going to be sponsored by the Lollipop Guild. If you are in need of lollipop from 3 strange little people from Munchkinland, check out the Lollipop Guild. They'll help you out. They'll get you all the lollipops you really need.
As you said that, I completely forgot that I think about a week ago, my mother handed me this bag and said, "Do with this what you will." I'm loaded up, dog.
Shit.
I'm loaded up. I'm not even sure if these things are in circulation anymore. But I've got 2 Tin Man, two Scarecrow, 2 Wicked Witches, 2 Glindas, 2 Dorothys, and 2 Cowardly Lions up in this random bag. But at some point, no, there's a Toto that is missing. But at some point, and I feel like it's still here.
I feel like
I
we
feel like
never
it's
got the Toto.
I feel like it's still here. We did have a giant just bucket full of those things too. That we never. I don't think we ever cashed in.
Yeah.
You and I planned to cash them in like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, some shit like that, and we just never did. So it's probably sitting in my closet somewhere, just a bunch of random tickets at Wizard of Oz things. So that also is probably a big family core thing, is these random Wizard of Oz cards from that arcade game. That's definitely until Wicked. That was definitely our only branching point for Wizard of Oz. But yeah, our
That's
dad
still
used to be
probably
obsessed
the
with that
biggest
game.
branching point. I'm gonna be 100%
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I do have a photo. I'm not gonna find it now, but I have a photo that you took of me playing the game in like a Bullet Club T-shirt. So this is like 2017 or something like that.
Right, yeah.
Our dads were obsessed with it, and then you and I became obsessed with it. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. It was very fun to try and get those cards. So yeah, all right.
When we were sitting in Gigawaters watching Wizard of Oz, and they just went, "Ma, ma, 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 ma," I was like,
Yeah.
I got like Vietnam flashbacks. Like,
Yeah, you just got 50 free picks or whatever it is.
yeah, exactly.
Oh man, yeah. So when they announced that this movie was happening, I was all on board. This movie has been a thing before even the musical, because originally this is a book by Frank L. Baum or something like that, and originally they wanted to make it a movie, and then they decided this would be better on the stage. So this originally was supposed to be a movie, and then after the musical came out, for years they were trying to make this movie, and so when it finally started picking up steam and they got a director, and then Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, I was like, okay, now we're actually getting this movie. It seems so. Yeah, from the moment, and that was like 2019, 2020 when they started announcing shit like that. So yeah, I was fully on board and fully excited for this from the jump. So yeah, let's dive right into our actual review for Wicked. I just got some notes here. Theo did not take notes. You gotta get better at that, my boy. Gotta take the notes.
I took notes for a future one, but then again, that future one really is not that long, anyways.
Okay.
But-
Okay. Gotcha. So my first note here.
That we split it in half, like, because like we watched the first half at your house, and then I had to watch the second
Right.
half at my house, and that was like
All
a
right.
week later.
Right. So yeah, my first note: insane opening. The opening of this is just like peak.
It's really good. It's
The tracking shot of throughout the castle, and then you see the smoking hat, and then the monkey blasting through, and as soon as he blasts through the glass, no one mourns the wicked kicks in. Dude, oh my god, so fucking good. That might be one of my favorite just movie openings ever in general. It's that good.
It's very good, especially with how it like also like leads into like Dorothy and like the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and the Caroline all like walking down the road and stuff like that towards the castle
Right.
and whatnot. It's all very, very good.
Yeah. A fun cameo, obviously, in the beginning. Once we're kind of tracking over, we do see the core group walking away from the castle with Dorothy, Cowardly Lion, Scarecrow, and Tin Man walking. That didn't really surprise me, but it was still really cool to see. Because I think they showed it in the first trailer. Like I think they showed that shot in the first trailer, so they weren't really hiding it. But it was still really cool to see, and we know that Dorothy in herself obviously has a way bigger, not a main role, but she has a bigger role in the second movie than she does in the first movie. Because in the first movie she's not even there yet, whereas in the second movie obviously takes place alongside the Wizard of Oz. So her and obviously at some point the Cowardly Lion and Tin Man and Scarecrow all have a bigger role in the second movie. So I'm very excited to see that. But yeah, it was a cool little clip to see them walking away and walking towards the Emerald City with the broom. Yeah. I don't know if you have anything you want to add to that.
No, I thought you kind of you went through it pretty clear.
Yeah. No One Mourns the Wicked hits. Top tier song. It is so good. It is so good. I guess in a sense, not Glinda, but the Munchkins and stuff, the anger in like their voices and stuff, even after she's dead, just like the anger and like the emotion in their voices is so good. The one dude that just kicks it off is like, no one mourns the wicked. That dude,
Yeah.
he is great.
He's a hater.
And he jet ass. I didn't realize this. He's in Deadpool and Wolverine. It's the same actor. You know the actor in Deadpool and Wolverine when they're in the TVA.
The guy in the cubicle, yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's the same exact actor. So I'm like, damn, what a wild kind of two roles you got there in a pretty short amount of time, you know. But yeah, it's just great them telling the story, the emotion in the dad's voice when he says "take her away." It's just so good.
Yeah.
It's such a good
Yeah.
song, such a good opening song. It really, if you have no like, I mean, probably you really like you have no real connection to this, no idea about this, that song will like instantly hook you and drag you in.
It gets
Right.
you in there for sure. I could definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. The shit stuff is fun. It's cool. I will say The Wizard and I hits. That also fucking hits.
Of course. Yeah.
That's one of my favorites as well. It is so good. I love that song. Honestly, weirdly enough, it kind of makes me emotional when I watch it again. Like, just I guess seeing her be so hopeful. Obviously, knowing where the story goes, and her being so hopeful that she was finally going to be accepted and she'd be able to get rid of the green skin and stuff like that. It is pretty emotional once you know where the story is going. And just the shots too, like the shot of her in like kind of the stained glass area. The shot, my next note, Goldblum has a creepy face.
Yeah.
The shot where she goes into like, I think it's also not just that it's creepy, but it's like the placement of where this like statue thing is.
Yes.
It's in like this like
back. It's tucked
Right.
away.
right, like I would not want to be there after dark. It would just creep me out being like in this
Right,
little
but it's
cubby
also, like,
with a
as the
giant
whole
stone
swings,
face.
It's so weird.
Right.
It's so
Right.
weird.
It is a creepy area. I would not want to be there after dark. It would creep me out.
Like, this
But-
should be gated off. Like, we should
Right,
not have
right.
access to this.
Right. But obviously the ending too, where she's in that field, which is funny because I think we've all said like, how the hell did she get over there so fast? Because like it looks like Shiz is like an hour walk away at least.
Yeah.
But in general, her being in that giant field is really good. That whole
good shot.
sequence is great. But it is funny because yeah, when you see Shiz, it looks like it would take her at least an hour to walk back. So I'm like, A, how'd you get there so fast? B, it's gonna be a long walk back. C, you don't have any classes or anything that you're gonna be late for because now you gotta walk an hour
That was
back to your
another
school.
thing. That was another thing that me and Grace were talking about when we were watching it at your place. Is
Mm.
that Shiz is one of the wackiest schools ever because it's like outside of like Dr. Dillerman's class and the one like special class that only Alphaba is taking with this like headmistress.
Mm.
We don't see any like school
Right.
or educational thing happening at this university
Right.
at all.
Right.
There's nothing
sure.
being taught. It's
100%. It is funny. This is kind of where I think, not that we stopped here. We didn't stop here. We stopped later in, but
Yeah.
I have a bit, as I'm looking at my notes, I do have a bit of a disconnection here because I kind of my notes go from Wizard and I all the way to like right before they get invited to the Emerald City. So there's a good chunk of the movie I got to kind of just remember off the top of my head. But just to think about the scene of a Dancing Through Life hits. That might be my second favorite song in the whole movie. I love that song.
What is this feeling? That we can't skip over that.
Oh,
That's a
see
bad-
that?
That's my favorite.
That it's good, but I don't care for it as much. I know it's your favorite, but I don't care for it as much. It's not bad. I don't think really there's the only song in here that's really kind of bad is like Sentimental Man. That's kind of boring.
Sentimental Man's not great. I don't care for
The
Something Bad.
shiz. Yeah, that's also actually that's the worst one. Peter
probably-
Dinklage
that's really
sucks.
the worst one. Yeah.
Those two, and then like it's not even really in there, but it's in the soundtrack. The like Shiz anthem or whatever. That also is like whatever. It's like 10 seconds long. Those three are the only three songs that I don't care for. But also, yeah, what is this feeling? It's not bad, but it's not my favorite. But it is a cool sequence. I like seeing Bo and Yang dancing. That is fun. That is fun. Them forcing him to
anything.
dance.
He's a funny guy.
So oh my god, yeah. I just thought about Bo and Yang dancing and I lost total control. No, dancing through life is definitely my second favorite. It's good. It's a great sequence. Honestly, how Jonathan Bailey was like doing all of that is also beyond me because I'm like that's a lot to do and. They don't shoot these things. They don't shoot these things once. You know what I'm saying?
He's like sliding his feet on books across
Right.
counters and stuff like that. It's like
And like the dudes that are like jumping and like landing on the turning wheels and like they don't
Yes.
bust their ass. They just like go with it. I'm like I don't know how these guys pulled this off, man. It's incredible.
Stuntmen in this movie are really, really good at their job.
Yeah.
For sure.
When I say though, "Dancing Through Life" is like my second favorite song, I really only mean like that first couple minutes, because then once it gets into like, Nessa, Nessa, that shit. All right, I'm out now. I'm out now.
It nosedives, man.
And block that shit. I'm out. I'm out. It does nosedive.
That's the best meme in the movie.
Right.
Me and
Right.
Bach.
So yeah, when I am saying that, I am clearly only talking about like the Fierro bits. The Fierro bits is what I'm talking about. It's a banger.
I get you. Yeah.
Popular is another good one, but it's also not one of my favorites. Even though that is like another, like that's up there in like the most iconic songs out of here. It's up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Off rip, it never, like, even when I saw the musical stuff, it never was like one of my favorites. But it's still fun, and I do like how they did it in the movie and whatnot. It's very good. The Ozdust sequence, man, that shit'll make you cry. That shit'll deadass make you cry. That is,
It's the most. I was tearing up when we were watching it in the theater.
Yeah.
I was tearing up. I was watching it here at home.
It is, yeah. It's up there. It's very emotional, very deep, very sad. They do a perfect job of making you really feel for Elphaba, because she literally does nothing wrong. She's just being herself.
She's just existing.
Right, but this is where you see, Glinda, turn a new leaf, and she, becomes friends with her and whatnot. Yeah, it's incredible, that whole sequence. I love the look of it too. It almost looks like it's like underwater and shit. It looks really cool. It is.
Dude,
it is.
That's got to be like a top place in all of Oz to get high.
Yeah.
For sure.
Going back though to Dancing Through Life, one of my vocal stems is the Ozdust part where he's like, "Let's go down to the Ozdust ballroom." That shit, I'll just blurt that out randomly on a random day. Like it's just so good. All right, I think I can kind of get back into my notes here.
Okay.
I don't think I'm missing too much else. This is on the basis of when they're actually in class for like the first time, and Dr. Doman gets taken away, and then they show the lion that you did not realize was gonna be the Cowardly Lion.
I gotta be honest, man. I thought there would be more than one singular lion in all of Oz.
So my note just says "fuck animal abuse," because
Good note.
even though
I agree with that.
even though Peter Dinklage sucks, I did feel for Dr. Doman when he was getting dragged away, and I obviously felt for that poor baby lion that was trapped in a cage, where they literally were talking about.
It's the same case of just they did nothing wrong.
Right.
But
they're just existing.
Like
right. Yeah, the baby lion in the cage as well. Even they say that in the movie where the like new teacher is like, "These things are great," and Elphaba's dad's like, "If it's so great, why does he look like he hates it?"
Yeah. Why is he crying in there? Like.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's all good. The sequence where they take the Cowardly Lion and they go hide him in the forest and shit is great. I'm Not That Girl is another good one. Again, not my favorite, but it is still really, really good. I do enjoy that song.
It's not that high up there for me, I think, in my opinion, but it's still good. I just don't think it's as good as some of the others in the sound.
It's not something bad, so it's automatically good. You know?
It's definitely not hitting that low of a bar for sure.
Right. Getting to the part where they do get invited, or Elphaba gets invited, I loved how the invite came in a mini hot air balloon. I thought that was like a perfect touch and a perfect nod.
So creative.
I think that's great.
Good,
yeah. Ariana Grande, my note here just says Ariana Grande is a fucking comedian. She literally is hilarious throughout this whole movie, but this in particular was where they're on the train station and Fierro and Glinda, or Fierro and Elphaba, are talking about that night and that day, and she obviously has no clue, so she's like, yeah, I mean, I guess it was kind of fun. So she's trying to like include herself. Right. She's like, yeah, I also think about that day very fondly, and shit. And then her trying to make her announcement, and they're cutting her off, and she's like, yes, like she's just great. She's just great.
She's incredible.
To go off topic a little bit, I know she's been cast and filmed at this point for the new like Fockers movie, and Ben Stiller said like she's the best part of this whole movie. She is so funny, so I'm excited to go. I'm not a big like Fockers fan, but I definitely want to check it out, because if it gets more of her being hilarious, I'm definitely there, for sure.
For sure, 100%. Also, just the whole bit of just like, in solidarity with all this animal abuse, I'm going to change my name from
Yeah.
Belinda to Glinda.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
everybody's just applauding.
Right. And then the train and her being like, "Come with me." She's like, "No, no, I couldn't possibly." Oh, okay, all right, okay. And like jumps on the train at the last second. Yeah, it was really good.
Dude, that train, I love that train. It's such a cool train because it's just the
It is
one
cool.
car and that's
Right,
it.
right. It is really cool. And then in the trailer for Good, it's pink now, so I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If Glinda's in like a more powerful position now, she's able to turn the train into a completely pink train. So
Yeah.
I'm like, that's pretty cool. One Short Day, banger. It hits. It's
Banger,
another good one.
banger.
It's another good
It's
one.
so good.
It's great. Um, my other note here is the cameo in that song with Indina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth as the wise women, who obviously is the original Glinda and the original Elphaba from the original first Broadway production of Wicked. Um, it means a lot to the fan, like for me as a fan, because they originated these versions of the character and whatnot. So seeing them get their due and it's a cameo, but it's a pretty lengthy cameo. They're in like the whole song, so
Yeah,
like
they are very prominent in this song. For sure.
right.
Yeah.
So they definitely get their respects that are paid towards them for sure. Um, yeah, very very good. My mom was like, I finished watching it yesterday. I was sitting on the couch like downstairs, and she was like, as she does, she was like refurbishing something outside. So like, she was kind of half watching when she would come in. She would look at the screen and stuff, and she was like, "How awesome is it for Indina Menzel to be like two iconic characters? Because obviously she's Elphaba, but she's obviously also Elsa in Frozen. So like, I was like, that is pretty crazy. And we were debating which role is bigger, but I'm like, it's Elsa. There's no way. Like, yes, in a Broadway sense, her being Elphaba is huge, but nothing. Elsa. That was worldwide acclaim. Fandom that they got off of that movie. So
That's
it was a
I don't
fun
know
little
now, though.
discussion.
This could replace it.
Yeah, but I feel like if people think about it, they're gonna think about Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, not Indina Menzel. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
So
Yeah, I can see that.
either way, though, Indina Menzel's getting paid. That's all that matters.
That's true. As she should. As she should.
Right. Right. My other note: sentimental man exists. It's a thing.
There's one thing I remember the most about this movie in terms of like after like One Short Day. It's just like I love at the very end of it where it's just like they finally go into like his like I don't even know what you call it, like his foyer or whatever the fuck, and the
His
doors
room.
just shut and the music just dies, and
Yeah,
now they're
yeah.
just alone in this empty dark room with no music, just
Right.
like looking around, just like,
And then a giant head just appears.
dude, that giant head is sick. I don't care. I love that
It
giant
is.
head.
It is creepy,
So
but it's supposed to
menacing.
be. Right.
It's creepy, it's menacing, and it's exactly how it's supposed to be. I love
Right. Like that is another room that I would not just want to be alone on that set by myself. I'd be like, guys, I'm creeped out. I'm leaving. Like I'm out.
Its eyes are following me.
Right. I have like this phobia that I've thought about with like Disney stuff where I'm like on a Disney ride, I would never want to be in like one of these rooms alone. Like, because there's the people that their job is to like go in every night at Disney at 2 a.m. and like paint, fix up the animatronics
Right,
or
right.
whatever. So I'm like, I would not want to be alone in any of those rooms at like 2 a.m. by myself with like this like evil witch animatronic next to me. It would just creep me out. That's on the same level. I would never want to be in that set by myself. I'd be like, I'm fucking creeped out. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
It's like you're alone in that set, and all of a sudden the giant face just starts up, and you just run out screaming.
Yeah. Somebody would probably pull that rib on me too, bro. Turn that bitch on.
That'd be me.
Oh man. All right. I do like the way that they convey when like I mean Madame Morrible does have the power. She has like the weather powers, but the wizard obviously has no powers. So I like the way they convey it of them finally seeing that Elphaba actually does have powers. Again, even though Madame Morrible can control the weather, that's like a one singular thing. So her seeing that Elphaba can kind of just do anything really, and actually is like a legitimate witch that she can control the weather, but she could also do this and that and that and this. So the way they conveyed that and the way they show that is incredible. Like the wizard, like you could see as Elphaba's reading the Grimoire, you could see the wizard like kind of tugging on Madame Morrible, being like, "Look, she's actually doing it." That shit is incredible. It's very subtle,
Yeah.
very subtle. But if you're paying attention to them, you could see them kind of being like, "Oh shit, we won."
That's really
The
what's
heel
good
turn,
about,
bro.
like, rewatching this. It's like you get to pick up on that stuff now because now you're
Right.
really paying attention to it,
And that's with
it pays off.
that's with any movie. Like when you rewatch like a Marvel movie, you see things you didn't see the first time and shit like that. It's fun to rewatch a movie you like because you will pick up on things that because when you see it the first time, you're not paying attention. You're just paying attention to what you're seeing.
Like,
You're paying
you're
attention to the
along for
story,
ride.
right? You're just enjoying the fact that you're finally seeing this movie you've waited 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever to see. So when you watch it the second time, you're like, oh, I already know everything that happened. So now you can see the background stuff that's happening. You know.
Yeah.
The heel turn goes hard as fuck, bro. When she realizes, obviously again, fuck animal abuse. It's very sad seeing like Chisari turned into like a getting the wings, and then you go out and you see all the monkeys got the wings and they're all screaming in pain and shit. Honestly, Madame Mora was a fucking dumbass. The fact that she just let that slip of her being like, "Oh, they're gonna be great spies." Why would you say that? Why would you say that, bro?
That was an awful slip. It's
Horrible.
almost uncharacteristic of her because she's
Right.
obviously like portrayed as this like super wise and intelligent person. It's like,
Right.
how do you make that slip out of everybody?
Right. It's almost like, in a way, like she's snake-like, right? Like very calculating and
Yes.
and culling, right? She knows her steps and she knows what to do. So that would be like a snake not being sneaky. Like that'd be like a snake not sneaking up on you, just being like, "Hey, I'm right here. I'm gonna bite you." You know what I'm saying? It's like, why would you say that, bro? Like literally, why would you say that? You ruined the whole thing. But the actual heel, like when she runs back into the room and she's freaking out, and at first the wizard's trying to calm her down and make up excuses and this and that and that and this, and then once he's fully exposed, bro, this is one of my favorite parts of the movie. Once he's fully exposed and he realizes I can't talk my way out of this, and she says like, "You have no real power," and he just goes like, "Yes," and there's like a deep piano key that just is like,
Yes.
boom. That shit is so fucking hard, bro. That
It's
shit
so
is
good.
incredible.
It's so good.
So fucking good. Incredible. And then my last bit of notes here all kind of go into one. So now, obviously, she's freaking out. She grabs the Grimoire or whatever, and she's like running away, right? She's running away. I will say, it didn't happen this time, but the first time I watched it, the jump scare did get me with the monkey smashing into the
monkey,
window.
yeah.
Yeah, it did. It did make me jump in the theater, but obviously now I know it happened, so
Dude,
it didn't get
it's
me.
such a good shot when she's looking out the window and you just see all the monkeys diving, but it's like
Right.
really quiet. And
Right,
then
right,
she
right.
just keeps going and it just smacks.
It's just bam right there. Yep,
Yep.
it's really good. Yeah. So my notes just go, "Yep, here we go," because obviously we're getting to the creme de la creme, the
This
best
is
of
it.
the best. But in between me just being like, "Yep, I do put, ayo, fuck Madame Morrible for real," because obviously
True.
this is the part where they're in like the balloon area and they've already started singing the beginning of Defying Gravity a little bit, but now they cut and Madame Morrible starts making the speech. That's where I'm like, yo, fuck her, because she's just
Yeah.
blatantly spewing lies of all lies that she's a horrible witch and that her green skin, which now not only is she spewing lies, she's also genuinely being a piece of shit because she knows how Elphaba feels about her skin.
Right.
And her saying her green skin is like an outward manifestation of her wickedness. So now you're genuinely just being hurtful and being a piece of shit. So yeah, fuck Madame Morrible for real. I love Michelle Yeoh, but fuck Madame Morrible. She's horrible.
Yeah.
Madame Morrible, more like Madame Horrible. Hey. Yeah. I do love when I don't think it's in that yet. I think it's a little later when they bring her speech back around. I think when, because they don't do in the musical, right? They sing Defying Gravity. I don't think the speech is a thing. I only saw the musical like once, so I don't remember. But I don't think like the speech part is the thing. I think like once they start singing Defying Gravity, they just kind of start singing Defying Gravity. So they definitely don't show the other characters, right? That I love the scene where they kind of cut and they show Bach looking at the sky and Fiero looking at the sky, and then they show Nessa and they show the dad like having a heart attack and dying in the back. They don't like. I don't think they do that in the musical. It is just kind of like the song, I think. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So I do like that that's a thing that they do catch up really quickly with the rest of the characters that, again, we know are going to be a very important part of the second movie. seeing where they are, and then seeing also the clip of Fierro leaving Shiz on a horse, probably trying to go find Elphaba. Um, yeah, really, really good stuff. And then, yeah, my last few notes here is just banger of all bangers. Will I ever not cry hearing this fucking song?
No.
And then I put the falling. The falling part is incredible. That is a beautiful moment where she's
So
falling out.
good.
Yeah, where she's falling out of the. She jumps out of the thing and is falling, and in the reflection of the Emerald City building, she sees like her younger self, and then she force pulls the broom back to her and kind of saves herself. Dude, cinema, absolute cinema. And then yeah, I mean, just in general, the whole song, like I said, it's my favorite song from any musical. And even before this movie, when I would listen to this song, I would listen to the Indina Menzel, Kristen Chenoweth version. It always made me emotional because A, it is just a very emotional, powerful song. But I think it makes me emotional because I think about how that's like the first musical I've ever loved and stuff like that. So yeah, again, when we saw it in theaters, I said it. I've never seen my mother more invested in a movie. She literally was sitting forward with her jaw open, just like glued to the screen. Um, because yeah, it's just so again because obviously she loves this, so she was excited to see it. So seeing that execution was incredible. Wyatt was with us, and he's not really a musical person. When we saw it the first time, he's not a musical person, and this is like what got him started somewhat into musicals, to where he still isn't a musical person, but we watched Hamilton and he was cool with it. Like he's slowly getting in there, and I think before he wouldn't really be on board, whereas now after seeing Wicked, he is more so inclined to be like, yeah, fuck it, we'll watch this musical.
Right.
Elias, same thing. Elias and his girlfriend Alejandra had already like seen the musical and stuff like that. Elias he's not against musicals, but he's not like huge into musicals. Same thing. They went and saw it a couple days after we saw it, and he texted me being like, "What the fuck, bro?" He was like, "That was fucking insane." Like, he's like, "I need a T-shirt. I need a Funko Pop." Like he needed everything Elphaba that he can get, you know. So like,
Right.
yeah, it really, they did an incredible job, and they really just like, to me, when this movie was coming out, that was all I was thinking about was Defying Gravity, because I was like, A, I can't wait to see it, but B, I was nervous because like they have to nail that. They can kind of, you know, to an extent, they can kind of fuck up some other parts of this movie. They can't fuck up Defying Gravity because that is the song of this whole musical. Between even part 2, you'll see there's bangers in there, but Defying Gravity is like the fucking song of Wicked, right? It's the song of just musicals in general at this point. It's like the biggest song ever, right? So I was like, they can't fuck that up. That's the only thing they can't fuck up, and they didn't fuck it up. They fucking delivered, man. They delivered. It's so good. It is so good. But I'll let you put your piece in there because I've been yapping.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, it's obviously like probably the best part of the entire movie for sure. I mean, like even like, because like when I first saw it, like I obviously had like no experience with anything like that. But when it got to that scene of her like flying away for the final time and her like flying in the sunset and then just says "to be continued," chills all along my body. Again, I'm in the top right corner of this entire theater. It's packed. The speaker is above my head. I can't hear out of my right ear because it's just not there.
Right.
But still, I'm getting chills from this because it's just such an incredible song, and they did it so incredibly well. And again, that scene of her falling from the tower with like the reflection and everything like that, I was like, just taken away. There's so many good shots in this whole movie where it just takes me away, bro. It's so well done.
The cinematography in this whole movie in general is really, really good.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal.
They do a great job with their shots. Even I'm forgetting what exact shot, but there was a shot with a lens flare, and I know people like to joke about like J.J. Abrams and lens flares and shit like that, but the lens flares can be very good and very like artistic if they're used right, and it was used right in that shot. I don't remember again what it was, but yeah, the cinematography in here is just fucking incredible.
Right. This is really one of those franchises that I'm starting to like grow on, and I'm just like, I need more of this stuff. Even after like For Good comes out, I need some more shit of some sort. I don't know what y'all can do, but like figure it out.
I mean, there is so I there's a TikTok account. I don't know. I should send it to you so you can follow her. It's called the Oz Vlog. Her name's Tori. Big TikTok account. She is a huge Wizard of Oz Wicked fan, right? And so she does videos. And she has a whole room that's just dedicated to Oz, right? She has bookshelves and shit of just figures and Funko Pops and clothing and all that stuff. And she does a great job explaining stuff, breaking stuff down. When like new merch comes out, obviously for the movie, she talks about everything. So I'll send her that so you can follow her because she does a great job of that stuff. There is more that can be done. There's I don't want to spoil it because it could be a spoiler. But there is a book that came out after like Wicked that continues like that story in a sense.
Oh, I know. There's like like 5 books or so
Right,
that they could
right.
really work with there.
Yeah. So there's a lot that they can do. But especially the second book, I think they really could deliver on because I think it like there's multiple books, but from what I believe, once they start getting later in, it just gets weird and convoluted and creepy and gross. Whereas like the other book, the second book, it's still pretty good, I guess. So I feel like they could do that. I know there's been rumors for a while that Epic Universe is gonna do a Wicked Oz esque kind of gate, which I think would be.
They absolutely.
I think that'd be incredible.
That's bro.
Right.
That's printing money right there. Like what?
Right, right, right. Yeah, they definitely should. Yeah, that would be great. I think me and Grace talked about this because obviously it hasn't been announced or anything like that, but it's been rumored for a while. I told her they should and they should get working on it now so that if like right, so For Good is going to be super successful. It's going to be incredible, right? And there are other books that they can work with, but I feel like if anything, they could also kind of make their own story with a third movie. So I'm like, they should work on this land now so that it could be done by the time a third movie is like coming out,
Right.
and they could do press within the land and whatnot, and obviously it just promotes each other. Because I think they could do their own thing with the characters that they have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think my only other note was that I just said my only last note was me just typing onto For Good because we're obviously on to the journey of Wicked For Good. So
But I think I still think a land would be absolutely good. I feel like they could definitely do like a Yellow Brick Road sort of thing where it starts out in like Munchkin Land, and then you lead up into. I'm assuming that the ride would take place in like the Emerald City or something like that, and that leads into the Emerald City and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of dope stuff.
they can do some sort of broom experience where you fly her broom or something like that. That'd be really cool. Yeah, there's a lot that they could do. I feel like it's a land, but if they include Munchkin Land, the Emerald City, and like Kiyama Cove, which is like the castle, I feel like they include all three of those things. That would be pretty fucking insane.
They might be able to find a way to include Shiz. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. It is hard though because they are very big areas, so it is they have to limit themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially even if they only do like, I feel like if anything, out of all the locations, the Emerald City would be the one that they should do most because that's probably the most iconic. Yeah. So even if they just do the Emerald City, but within the ride, I can see if within the ride, say it's Elphaba's fucking broom trip, right? And you're right. I'm thinking about Harry Potter, right? The fucking castle ride at Harry Potter. Same idea, but instead of a seat like that, you're on like a broom, almost like Tron, like you're on a bike. You're on a broom, and it's the same thing where now you visit, you go through Shiz, you go through her castle, you go through Munchkin Land, and then you end up back at the Emerald City. I think would be really, really cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Universal, make it happen.
For sure.
And if you take my idea, pay me for it, please. Thank you. I would enjoy that. But anything else you want to add before we wrap up our episode here?
Shit, we could do like a movie rating out of 10 if you want to do that. I feel like that's probably the last thing we could probably do here.
Yeah.
I would say 9 out of 10.
Yeah. I'm probably pretty similar to that. I'm gonna look up my Letterbox ranking and see what I write down on Letterbox.
Oh, that's a good idea. I keep forgetting Letterbox.
Yeah. It does exist.
It definitely does. If only it would load.
I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So.
Right.
Yeah, and my review just says mind blown. So. And I liked it, of course. So.
Mine says 4 out of 5 as well.
Yeah. They also did do. I don't think you saw it. I watched it. They did One Wonderful Night thing. That's on, I think, Peacock. That's also very fun. It's literally just like an hour and a half of all of the cast in like this arena, just like singing the different songs from like the first and second movie. So you should definitely check that out because it's very fun to watch. Okay. So
I'll check it out after we watch the movie.
There you go. All right. I think we're all set. We're all ready for Wicked For Good. I'm excited. Theo's excited. The whole family's excited. So make sure you stay tuned for our review because that'll be coming pretty close after we see the movie, I'd imagine. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see y'all next week.